want you to pay down some debt so you can be liquid. I want you to stop holding on to all that debt. And here's why I'm gonna say that. Because we understand that America is $35 trillion in whole. We understand that household debt has now hit 1.3 something trillion dollars. America has $330 billion in revolving debt that's coming from the average household. Here's why I need you to pay some of that down. Because a lot of people gonna get stuck by not having liquidity, and you're not gonna be able to take advantage of the dips, because why? You're too busy paying credit card CCI. Hey man, what's good, man? So today we gonna talk about some things that we all should be doing in this full quarter. Listen, we understand that we got rate cuts coming. We understand there's an election coming. We also know that there's tax harvesting coming. All of those things play a important role for us as investors in the full quarter and how we should be navigating. Now listen, we do understand that the full quarter, we have some great things that's happening, right? Full quarter is typically a strong quarter in the market. And so I want to break down some things for us. I want to break down some frameworks for us, because I know that's when you get it. That's when you understand it. You know what I'm saying? I pride myself on giving y'all like the best free content y'all can have. You know what I'm saying? Because my goal is to help y'all navigate this market with confidence, and then you can have the foresight to see what's actually going on. So before we get into it, it's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper, man. I want you to like, I want you to subscribe. Listen, they probably got somebody in the chat telling you to disguise themselves at me and telling you go to WhatsApp and all that. That ain't me. I'm not talking about Bitcoin. I'm not talking about none other than these stocks. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't me. So listen, like, subscribe. Let's get the followers up, man. Also, let's get this money. All right, get your pen and your pad. Y'all know Trapper Tight is required. Let's get to it. So here's what I want to talk about. Full quarter, here's what we know. I wrote some stuff down. I always like to write notes so I don't forget what I'm telling y'all, right? So we already understand that September is typically the worst month in the market, right? And so October usually gives us a little bounce back. So we're seeing that October is actually bouncing back. We understand that like Nvidia is literally up 25% in the month alone. So that means the semis is rallying, and semis typically have a great full quarter. That's on record. The market actually does a great bounce back. And then we understand that November is one of the best months. So that means September we position ourselves. October we get a little better, but November is when we really get that rally. And then in December, we'll get a little pullback from that. Still positive, but a little pullback. Why? Because the market is tax loss harvesting. So let's write that out right quick, right? We'll go Q4 cycle, right? And so we know September is leading up to Q4. So we get worse month. So then we come into Q4, right? Introduction, we got October we'll go bounce back. Then we got November, great. And here's what I want us to know. By November, I'm gonna put this, we should already be in position. And then we got December, slower month, and we'll put tax harvest. And the reason why you're gonna have December as a slower month is because we know in December, people are selling and taking profits. They're taking their losses and all that, so they don't have to carry that into the new year. So this is what it looks like, right? So we wanna take this month and this month to take full advantage of this month. This is the month that's gonna send us over. Now, December is not a negative month, so you're gonna build up on this, but it's gonna be a lower month. So it's not so much as a pull back, but it don't give us everything that this month. So this is a build up month. So September is the worst month, so we'll call this the shake back month. So we call it bounce back, right? And it builds to position us for November. Now, we got a caveat to this November because we got a election, right? So we understand those things that's going on. So now what I just did right here, I just set the framework for what we gonna look like in this, right? And I think best case scenario, I think S&P gives us 6,000. I think S&P hit 6,000 to close the year out. But let's break this part down a little bit, right? Because I think no matter who gets in office, the market is going to shake up. No matter who get in office, the market's gonna shake up because you got people saying Kamala, you got some people saying Trump. So initially you're gonna see the market gonna have a shake up. But look, I don't want this to affect us. So here's why we're gonna get into our framework, right? So I wrote this framework down that's specific for us. Watch this. So the first thing I want us to do, I wrote this down, is I don't want us to go tech crazy. I don't want us to go tech crazy in Q4. And here's one of the reasons why. Because in case Trump do get in office, he likes to go tariff crazy. And tariffs are he gonna go tariff crazy and he gonna go trade war crazy. And now when you think about Kamala, she gonna go tax crazy. And so we don't want to, I'm gonna just keep it real with you, as investors, we don't want to get caught up in this. So I don't mind you having your tech plays, but I don't want you to go tech crazy. I want you to also look at healthcare, cyber, industrial. Or I want you to play, this is how I want it to look going into that. Right? And I wrote something else off, right? Because in this way, we're gonna look for, watch this, stability, growth, watch this, strong earnings. Come on, y'all, we rocking here. I'm teaching you right now how we gonna pivot, right? This how I want your Q4 to look. This is how I want your Q4 to look, right? And I wrote something else down. Also, another thing I want you to do, this is me really writing it out for y'all. I want you to pay down some debt so you can be liquid. I want you to stop holding on to all that debt. And here's why I'm gonna say that. Because we understand that America is $35 trillion in whole. We understand that household debt has now hit 1.3 something trillion dollars. America has $330 billion in revolving debt that's coming from the average household. Here's why I need you to pay some of that down. Because a lot of people are gonna get stuck by not having liquidity, and you're not gonna be able to take advantage of the dips, because why? You're too busy paying credit card, CCI, credit card interest. And believe it or not, the credit card interest is holding your, watch this, freedom hostage. The credit card interest is holding your freedom hostage, right? And so watch this, while elections do come and go, I wrote this down, right? We wanna look for, watch this, companies with wide moats. We wanna look for companies with low debt, and we don't look for companies with strong earnings. But watch this. We want to look for companies with, watch something about it right here. Here we go. Companies with wide moats. What does that mean? Companies that have a competitive advantage that you can identify, right? A competitive advantage that, and let me write this up here. Q4. Want to look for companies with wide moats that have competitive advantage that you can identify. Why? Because the market gonna shake a little bit from this election, and we need to be in position in these companies. Next, we want to be in a company that has low debt. Why this is important right now? Because it don't matter who's in office. This is one of the essentials of us finding a great company. Number 3, we want to come with strong earnings. Why? Because you want to see a company that's increasing how they make money. Right? You want to see a company that's increased from profitability. You want to see a company that says no matter what's going on, we are growing our earnings, meaning all the money they take in after they pay off everything, their earnings are still growing. That is essential. And number 4, you want to find a company that is taking market share. Right? So think about this. A lot of companies in the chip space, what did they do? They took market share from IBM. They took market share from Intel, right? You want to see companies that are growing and taking market share. That is a sign of growth. Palantir, growing, taking market share. Kava, growing, taking market share. American Express, growing, taking market share. Right? Crocs, growing, taking market share. NVIDIA, growing, taking market share. Right? We want to see companies that are growing and taking market share. This is essential for us. Why most, they got a competitive advantage that you can see. Low debt, if the company got low debt, it's like I'm telling you, bring your debt down. When a company got low debt, they can use money, they can use the bread to do what? Invest in the company to grow, taking market share, which also now gives them a wide moat. You also want to see company with strong earnings, which means they've done what? Increase their what? Their profitability, man. So that's our Q4 playbook. It's your boy, the Wall Street Trap, man. Let me know in the chat how you feel about this. Let me know in the chat how did this help you. Also, man, put some questions in the chat so we can know how I can help you become better. Tell me if this content helped you a lot. Y'all know we don't like to stay long. We like to hit you. We like to help you learn because we don't want to be all long and drawn out. We know y'all need to get that information and you want to apply ASAP. You want to apply ASAP. I love it. Listen, you're a trapper, man, so check it. Make sure I see you on Trapping Tuesdays each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Wall Street Looks Like Us Now network. That's on our other channel, man. Go follow that channel. Go like that channel. Go like all those videos. Also, man, go to Google, Apple, Spotify. Go download Trapping Tuesdays. And we're going to see y'all in the trap, man. Salute.